Hey guys, it's Melissa with Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness. I wanted to talk to you today about stagnation or closed doors. Sometimes in our life we have opportunities that we wanted to see come to fruition, and either you're seeing stagnation, so you feel like nothing's really happening, nothing's moving, or you feel like a door was closed in your face when it was something that you were expecting to happen or something you wanted. And I wanted to talk to you about, first of all, what it might mean if those things happen to you and how you should react to that. So there are a lot of different meanings behind stagnation and closed doors. When we think about stagnation, like maybe, for example, you're trying to start a business and it's not taking off the way that you think it should. Or maybe you are in a relationship and you don't think that it is moving the way that you think it should. It's not progressing as quickly as you think it should, and so it seems like there's stagnation. So there's a couple of things going on, I think, when you're experiencing this. Number one, I think that when it comes to a business, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that you're not really seeing. Like the universe has divine timing, and when it's not your time yet, things are going to seem like they're going very slowly. So it can feel like you're putting all of this effort in and you're doing all of this work and you're not really seeing any results. And that could be because there's divine timing in it. Things are progressing, but you're not seeing it because things are happening behind the scenes. The universe might be putting you on the path to meet with people who can help your business grow. They're helping you make connections, or maybe it's a sign that they're trying to show you that you should be doing something a different way. Maybe you need to look at how you're running your business. Maybe there's a better way to do it, and the universe is trying to show you that. So when you see the stagnation and you're feeling it, that's a time to step away and do some reflection and think about, okay, what's going on? Why am I experiencing this? Because almost always there's a lesson there, but we can't always see it because we're too close to the situation. It's like, I'll give you an analogy. I heard someone say today that was like, yeah, that's perfect, spot on. You can't smell your own breath, right? So when we have bad breath, we don't know it because we can't smell it. We're too close to ourselves. So sometimes when you have stagnation going on and there's a lesson there, you can't see it because you're too close to the situation. So sometimes it's nice to have somebody to talk to go and get their opinion, like, what do you think is happening? Because they may have more insight than you do because you're too close to the situation. It's definitely a good idea to talk to your spiritual team and to ask for guidance. You can do meditation, or you can pray that the answers come to you in your sleep. There's a lot of things you can do. I like just sitting in silence, posing a question, and then waiting until I get some kind of response to that question. So for me, it just pops into my head as a thought. And I know that in the first few seconds, that is my intuition, and I'm connecting to my higher self and my spiritual team, and they're giving me guidance. So you might be getting guidance that, this opportunity is not moving right now because there's something that needs to be learned. It could be that maybe you need to learn a new skill. Maybe there's something you need to do to better prepare yourself for whatever business you're undertaking. Maybe you need more knowledge in the area of the business you're trying to explore. Maybe you need to do research and look around and see how other people are running their businesses and kind of get an idea of how to do things. There might be something that you're missing. When it comes to doors closing it seems like slamming in our faces sometimes. I mean, I know I've definitely felt that way before. What I've always come to realize, no matter how much I wanted that door to open, because I wanted whatever was behind that door, if it closed, there was a reason. Now, sometimes I believe that doors close temporarily, and that's due to timing. You might see that in relationships. Sometimes a door in a relationship will close, and it's possible that it could reopen later on, but there has to be some kind of growth in between there. The door was closed for a reason. There was a lesson to be learned. And what I find is everything for me sometimes has to totally and completely fall apart before I'll realize that I was supposed to learn a lesson. So yeah, I'm a Taurus and hard-headed and stubborn, and so the universe really has to get my attention sometimes in order for me to realize, oh yeah, I need to learn a lesson. So I've experienced that, especially in relationships where doors close. But even in jobs, I've gone out for jobs that I did not get, the door closed, and then something happens later and I realize, oh, that was not meant for me, and there's a good reason for it. And there can be all kinds of reasons. It could be that if you got in the job, it would have been a toxic work environment. Like, you find out later that people who work there don't like that job. So I believe that, that happens sometimes. I'll give you my example. I, when I was in college, decided that I wanted to be a flight attendant. I thought that would be so fun. I want to travel, and how cool would that job be? So I went for an interview, and I made it past the first round, and then I was flown to Chicago, and I may have mentioned this before, so I'm sorry if I did. I was flown to Chicago for the second interview, and I did not end up getting the job, and just about a month or two later, the September 11th attacks happened, and that particular airline laid off a lot of employees. So if I had gotten the job, I probably would have been fired or laid off a few months later. So that door was shut in my face for a reason. I had a job interview last year that I went for another teaching job and made it was down to me and one other person, and I didn't get it. And I now realize if I had gotten that job, I would not have had time to start my own business, to do all of the things that I'm doing now. So it was a blessing in disguise, because there's no way that I would have followed through with any of the stuff that I'm doing now. And I feel like I'm really doing what my life's purpose truly is right now. And even though teaching is a part of that, there's so much more than just that. And I would not be fulfilling that had I not been turned down for that job. So when a door seems to slam in our face, number one, stop trying to kick it open. It's closed for a reason, and you may not know what that is right now. But I will guarantee you that there's a good reason. And it is possible that there's a lesson in it. But if you're not sure why that door closed, again, as something that you can pose to the universe, the question, why was I denied this? But you'll probably see, just on your own time, that maybe a few months down the road something better comes along, or you hear that something bad happened with that particular employer. In my experience, I find out always a little bit later on that there was a good reason that something didn't work out for me. So even though it can be very shocking and sad when something doesn't work out, I never regret anything. When relationships don't work out for me, I don't regret them, because there was always something to be learned. I always took something away from that partner, and it's not always positive. And, I have taken away a lot of positive things from former partners, but sometimes it's not positive. Sometimes the lesson is something about yourself that you need to change. And I've taken that away too, that, you have to love yourself in order to love others unconditionally. And so for me, I take away sometimes things about myself that I need to work on and that I need to make better so that I can move forward. But in a situation where it's a job, again, that too could be maybe you don't have all of the skills you need yet. Maybe you need to go and get more information, go learn more. There's a reason it happens. And it's easy to sit here for me and tell you there's a reason that it happens, but I know this from experience. It would be very easy to sit and be angry and bitter that something didn't work out for you. Very easy. It would be easy for you to sit and want to curse the person that you were with or the company that didn't hire you. But then you're playing the victim. And you're giving your power away to those people. And you don't ever want to give your power away to anyone. And you don't want to play the victim. That is such a low vibrational frequency to be the victim. And you're not learning anything. And when you're stuck in that lower energy frequency, you're making yourself miserable. Does it make you feel better to pout and throw a fit and then say, that you want to curse other people? And no, it doesn't. I mean, it might make you feel better for about 5 minutes. But once you've had your little fit and outburst, you're going to make yourself miserable. And it's harder to let go. That's probably one of the hardest lessons for us. And sometimes I think the reason that doors close is because we have to learn how to let go of things that don't serve us. And it might be that it's temporary, like for right now, this is not what you need. And maybe someday it will be. But we have to trust that the universe has our back and trust that the universe wants us to be happy and wants us to have everything we want. So if we're not getting that, it's for a very good reason. And maybe it's because you're thinking too small. Maybe you're not thinking enough on a grand enough scale. I have learned to ask this or better. When I say, I would like this, universe, I say, I would like this or better. Because what I know about myself is that I don't always think big enough. And that the universe knows that I'm much more capable, or I'm capable of much more than I give myself credit for. I tend to shortchange myself, where the universe says, no, you need more than that. We know you're capable of more than that. You can handle more than that. We're going to give you more than that. You're going to be more successful than that because we know you deserve it. And I try to be all humble and, no, this is what I deserve. And the universe is like, no, this is not what you deserve. You deserve more than that. And I think that many of us are that way. We undersell ourselves. And the universe is saying, no, I'm closing that door because you're better than that. You deserve better than that. You're not thinking big enough. Or that's not in line with your higher purpose. That's not in line with your higher self. So no, that's not for you. And the thing is, we don't know when we're here unless we're really, really in tune with our higher selves, and we don't always know what our purpose is. Many of us walk through life not knowing what our purpose is. Once you get in line with that, things become a lot more clear. Doors begin to open, and you know which path to choose. I thought I would do something today, pull a card for you, because I got a brand new deck, and I love it already. It's called The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein. And it's really cool little messages. And so I thought I would pull one for you to give you a message that hopefully will help you. Remember that whenever you're hearing this, whatever it is, this is exactly what you need. The universe wants you to hear this. All right. So what I pulled for you is the presence of love will always cast out fear. And I've said this before, when we make our decisions based in fear, we are going to wreak so much havoc on our lives. Fear-based decisions will destroy us. They cause us to do really stupid things. We doubt ourselves. We doubt our capabilities. We doubt others. Nothing good ever comes from making a fear-based decision. Truly, the only thing that really matters in this world is love. That's what we're all here for. We all came here to experience love in all of its forms and to teach love and acceptance. So when you make your decisions, check yourself. Are you making that decision out of love or out of fear? Because if it's fear, probably not going to get the outcome you want. All right. Well, I hope that this message helped you today. If you ever have any questions or any suggestions for a podcast, because I have had people send me messages and say, I want to hear about this particular topic. One of my listeners texted me about asking about the topic of dreams, and that's why I did that podcast. So feel free to contact me or leave me a message if there's anything you ever want me to talk about. If you are interested in getting more in touch with your higher self, up-leveling spiritually, and being on the path to your true life's purpose, then join A Purposeful Pilgrimage. It's my 22-day program. It has 22 daily lessons on taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, taking care of your spirit, how to find your life's purpose, how to call in our spiritual team. It's going to shift your entire life. And if you want to bring in miracles, check it out. It's on my website. In the description, I will have the link to my website. If you're interested in Reiki, check out my website. As always, if you like this podcast, please share it with your friends. Please leave me some stars on iTunes. Leave me some feedback or comments. I love hearing them. Love hearing from you. I'm so super grateful that you guys listen. And I love you all. I'm sending you all massive love and light, hoping that you have a fabulous day. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.